What's going on, y'all? Chris with NoLimitSquad, your personal Isochain and fitness vlogging channel. Today we're going to cover hybrid weightlifting, something I really wanted to cover for a while. A hybrid weightlifter will be described as someone who body builds, someone who lifts dynamically and uses the Isochain. So they do two different things in order to get a greater result than just using one technique by itself, okay? So this is totally different from IOs or Isochain only. Power lifters that use the Isochain are hybrid weightlifters. Bodybuilders that also use the Isochain as a supplement are hybrid weightlifters. They both lift weight, but they also use the Isochain. I want to talk about a thought that's been rolling around in my head for, man, I say probably 3 months now, and I really didn't give it any life until this video. I think it's possible to look left and right at the same time. What's he talking about? Here's what I mean. Hear me out. What I mean by looking left and right at the same time, getting the shredded and cut look from going for hypertrophy, and y'all know what I'm talking about, going for size, getting all the shreds, getting all the cuts, y'all feel me, while at the same time going for strength. 1 to 3 rep ranges, of 4 to 6 rep ranges with the giant rest times, like 2 to 3 minute rest times or more. I like to train primarily strength with a little bit of cutting. So as of today, what's today, June 7th or June 6th or whatever, I have designed my program for the last 3 weeks, I didn't say anything until now, to look left and right at the same time. And so far it's working. My weightlifting in the gym is all about hypertrophy. It's all about cutting. It's all about volume. Volume, freaking volume. I'm going with a drop set style of training right now. 60 to 85% of my max. I'm taking that weight down from my my strength training max weights in the weight room, and I'm doing drop sets on each exercise. I can do drop sets on. If it's a barbell, I'm not stopping midway and taking them plates off. I'm gonna just do a high volume at a lower weight. Does that make sense? It's volume, it's volume, it's volume. Remember, one of the biggest stimuli for muscle growth and muscle size is muscle fatigue. What I found is that I've shredded my muscle fibers so much doing this type of training in the weight room that I barely have anything left to push. I did it the opposite way in the beginning of my weightlifting program, and I found that the numbers took a little bit of a dip. As soon as I did the reversal and started doing the Isochain first, whether it's in the morning or during my break before I go in for my evening shift, and then I weightlift in the evening or at night, that's when I've started to see differences and noticeable ones on a piece of paper. So right now, I'm gonna keep you guys updated. I'm gonna do a 30-day update so I can show you guys exactly what's going on here. So here's why I think the Isochain is perfect for this type of setup. I don't wanna say it's not possible, it's just difficult. What I would need to do if the Isochain didn't exist is one of two things. I'd have to either A, power lift in the morning and do volume in the evening for the hypertrophy. So high weight, low rep in the morning, medium weight, medium to high rep in the evening. The only problem with that is because of the dynamic style of training, you got DOMs, which might even come quicker. All the muscle fibers are shredded, and there's no fen effect. There's no fen effect from the Isochain. That's option one. Option two, which I did think about a while ago. I mean, before I started the channel, when I was starting to get interested with isometrics, is to do overcoming isometric training with an OG Isochain or the old school stuff like pushing against trees and shit. Yeah, that type of, thank God the Isochain is in our lives, for real, man. And then the weightlifting for volume, so the drop sets or the time under tension, either or, doesn't have to be drop sets. Now with the fen effect in the Isochain, I really don't see how this can backfire. If maybe you see it, drop them in the comment section below. The only thing that pops into my mind right now is CNS fatigue. You're going with everything you got. Right now I'm doing a 1x6. It might accelerate to a 2x6, 3x6. I'm not doing 6x6 yet. I'm still experimenting. It's not even been a year yet. I'm still experimenting with a lot of things. I'm sure a lot of us on the squad, or maybe guys that are just coming to the No Limit Squad, are like kind of like, what's going on here? I'm still experimenting, so I'm not solid yet. Everybody in the squad is still learning things. I'm sponging off of y'all. Y'all are sponging off of me. This is a team effort. It is not just me preaching. I'm not even that type of guy. So 1x6, and then in the evening, I'm going for my drop set. Now, I'll probably switch after 3 more weeks as of today. As of today's recording, I'll switch it up to a little bit of a different type of time under tension. Instead of the drop sets, I'll go for the slower reps. So 2 seconds concentric, pause, 2 seconds eccentric, 1. That's what I want to do after this one. Figuring out the weights, figuring out the 1 rep max. Right now on paper, this type of training method makes sense. Unless I'm missing something, correct me if I'm wrong, please. I'm still learning. I feel like this would be very, very difficult to achieve had the Isochain not been in our lives. I run through my 1x6 in about 8 minutes, 12 minutes if I'm screwing around on my phone in between, you know, and 15 to 20 if I'm recording it for TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or whatever. Combine that with the exercise in the evening, which, by the way, I don't know if I've told you guys yet, my weightlifting in the weight room has been drastically reduced. My sessions used to be about 1.5 hours to 2 hours long for years. Now it's only 45 minutes and it's still going up. Ever since the Isochain came in, I don't have to do all that volume because I'm getting the strength gains, the density, the explosive power, the strength that I wanted, I'm getting from the Isochain. So now I just shave 45 minutes off my day. Well, technically, if you put the Isochain in, it's 35, so 10 minutes, okay? So it's 10 minutes and 45 minutes. So 55 minutes, an hour, versus 1.5 hours, maybe 2 hours. I'm not sure if a lot of us grasped what I just said, because I feel like we're really in a new frontier right now with weightlifting and incorporating the Isochain for us hybrid lifters. We can literally have our cake and eat it too, and we might not have to cycle. There's gonna be periodization involved for sure. Taking a deload might look a little different now. I'm not sure, as of this recording, I'm not sure what it's exactly going to look like. But the deload phase, incorporating the periodization, I really believe is gonna look different because of what this does. If anything, the only setback, like I said, is gonna be CNS fatigue. All right, so I'm gonna take my body fat real quick. Right, so I'm at 11.8 right now. This is midday. Is it good? Yeah. My goal is to get to around 8. I'll get there, but I've noticed that my muscle has increased because, and this is just simple math and exercise science, I've been able to put a lot more into my lower body. So there's a lot more muscle growth coming from my lower body than my upper. I'm getting growth from my upper. Here's why I bring that up. Remember, my knees hurt. My knees hurt last year. June of last year, what knees? What knees? I was doing bullshit exercise, like the leg extensions at a weight where it like somewhat burned, but I couldn't push myself because it hurt. It was a freaking lightning bolt in my knee. I couldn't do it. Leg press was a touch and go. There were some days where I was a moderate amount of pain, and that was a good day. Other days it's just like, nope, we're done. You know what I mean? Like it really was that. And now again, there is no issue at all. So now I'm getting all that mass. Don't get me wrong, my legs are not freaking jacked. They're not where I want them to be yet. They have definitely grown. They have definitely grown. They do not look like they did last year. Like those little atrophied pieces of shit from last year. Oh my God, I hated myself. I hated it. So we're definitely getting results. Not where I want to be yet, but damn it, I'm gonna get what I want. It's definitely working. I'm really liking what's going on. I'm still kind of going slow. I'm not going ham like with the progressive overload with my legs. I'm just taking it nice and easy. Nice and easy. 1x6s with the Isochain for the Austin squat. The hack lift is nice. I really feel a quad burn there. My calves have really blown up. Not huge yet. They're not cows yet, but oh my God, they look way different from January, 6 months ago. My point is this. If I'm missing something here, please comment in the comment sections below. But I'm pretty sure with the Isochain going for the 1x6, 2x6, 3x6, or if you even wanted to go ham and do a 6x6, you could do that in the morning. And because of the Fen effect, you'll still feel good. And then you can go lift like crazy later on in the day and get your hypertrophy gains or endurance, whatever you want to do, for your size and get shredded. I really like to know everyone's thoughts. I'm not saying this is absolute yet. This is just in my head. Like, this is part of the personal Isochain playlist. So this is really about what I'm experiencing as I'm in the Isochain journey with us. Like, I'm still testing things here, as I'm sure a lot of us are. I'm still testing what works, what doesn't. I found some things that don't work for me with the Isochain right now. I've found things that are very successful, like 1x6s are very good for me, but that's just me. It might be different for someone else watching. I'd love to know everyone's thoughts on the squad. And if you're not part of the squad, you should hit the subscribe button, come join the squad. If you like the video, be sure to drop a like. Please comment. I really want to know everyone's thoughts. I really do. I find this fascinating. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.